Hey friends, coming to you live again from my kitchen. I want to talk to you today about plant-based milks, alternative milks, whatever you want to call them. Now, there's a bit of controversy around this sort of stuff and whether it's even any good to have any of these types of milks, but I want to give you some ins and outs that I know and that I've noticed lately, and some things that have changed with certain brands as well. So, interestingly, if you're looking for alternative milks or these plant-based milks, we have to really do our due diligence on knowing the ingredients, because they're not all the same. And even with a brand, the ingredients are different per milk. So almond milk, oat milk, macadamia milk, whatever, of the same brand, some will have shit in them and others won't. So like, it's, oh my God, it's crazy. You've got to actually know and read the labels all the time, right? So this is the frustrating thing about all of this stuff. But when we have awareness, we can make changes, and then we can be more proactive in what we're giving to our family, yeah? So my favorite one that I've used for many years is the Pure Harvest almond milk. And that is like, as a milk that you get off the shelf, it's got 7% almonds in it, and it's got filtered water, the 7% almonds, brown rice, plant calcium, and sea salt, and that's it. Most plant-based milks or almond milks have seed oils, fillers, preservatives, thickeners, like it's not even really almonds or oats or macadamias or whatever. So you've got to be really due diligent on this sort of stuff. With the Pure Harvest oat milk, it's got seed oils in it, which is crazy to me, because why would a Pure Harvest brand, which claims organic, claims all the amazing things, and then they've got seed oils in it? So I actually feel like I want to go and email them and say, do you know much about seed oils? I might do that. Because some companies just don't actually know. They think they're doing the best that they can for our health, and they are trying their best and keeping costs down and, manufacturing and all that sort of stuff, but then they go and add seed oils in. So really you're drinking water, oil, which is seed oils, it's not even proper oil. And by seed oils, I mean vegetable oils, canola oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, grapeseed oil, rapeseed oil, any of them. They're highly toxic to us. Some of them just don't know how toxic they are. So that's my go-to to have in my smoothies, sometimes in a coffee, but it's not great in a coffee, but in my smoothies or cereal or, whatever you want, I do that one. But just remember, and I've noticed that the almond milk is still fine. The oat milk, which my kids usually drink, has seed oils in it, in that same brand, Pure Harvest brand. Now this one came from the fridge at Woolworths. So these two actually came from the fridge at Woolies, and sometimes the fridge ones are more expensive because they're cold, and it's also because they have less ingredients, so they've got more of the real stuff in them. So always have a look in the fridge before you go to those long life shelf ones. So this one has, the base of it is oats and then olive oil, which is the same as the tiger milk, so tiger nut milk. So yes, there may be a few things in here like, they're just things that keep it like a binder. So it's not 100% great, but it's better than having seed oils, because it's got olive oil as its base. So, and olive oil is the second ingredient. So, by doing that, the ingredients go in a list form of, the most ingredients is the number one on the list, and then the least ingredients, least ingredient is the last one on the list. So if it was to have, say, sea salt's the last thing on the list. So that means there's not much sea salt in it, but it's in there, but it's the last thing on the list. So it's not a lot of it. If sea salt was third on the list, it means there's a lot of sea salt in there, right? So that's an oat milk. An oat milk brand from Woolies. No doubt it's at Coles as well. I'm not highly fussed on oat milks because oats can spike your glucose, and then they can cause insulin issues, and you've got to really pair it with the right stuff. So I won't go into that today. We're just talking about the milks, but as an alternative milk or a plant-based milk, this one is olive oil. This one doesn't have any oils in it whatsoever. It's an almond milk. And then we've got this almond milk, which is one of my favorite, the Mandola Orchard milk. And it's an Australian almond milk unsweetened. And literally, all this has in it is purified water and activated almonds, which is even better. 8% of activated almonds. So that's 7%. This one's 8%, and then that's sea salt. So it's purified water, activated almonds, and sea salt. So when they activate the almonds, it means that they've actually soaked the almonds, and that sort of sprouts them. And that is better for our body because our body's not trying to break down like the shell or the hardness or the components of almonds that take our body a long time to break down. So when you activate them, which means you've soaked them for a length of time and they've activated, you take that away. That's that phytic acid that I've spoken about in some other videos. The same thing happens with rice and quinoa and grains and things that you soak. That means that you're releasing the phytic acid from them so that your body doesn't have to try and break that down before it can then digest the food, which is a longer process for your body to do. So when we activate things or we soak them, it means that we have taken that process away. So our body can digest it easier, quicker, and it's not fermenting and sitting in our gut, in a acidic fermented way, which is not good for us. Which is why some people have a lot of trouble with grains and rice and things like that, because of the fermentate, like how long it takes their body to break it down. So when you soak them, that's the best way possible, which is what this does. So amazing. This is my favorite. This one's really good in coffee. In there, they've got a barista version of this, which does have a bit of sugar and stuff in it, but that's it's very minimal. But that is so it can froth up better. So they've got a barista version, and then this is the plain unsweetened version. And then we have the beautiful tiger nut milk, and I absolutely love tiger nut milk in my coffee. If you wanted it to make a a thicker smoothie or something, but I always use this one in my smoothie. So these two are my coffee favorites, and this is what I have for smoothies. I don't really eat cereal, but as I said before, these two are like cereal go-tos for my kids. So the Madame Tiger milk, again, is based on olive oil. It has no seed oils in it. And finally now there are some cafes around that I've noticed that give you this as an option. And it actually tastes quite similar to cow's milk because it's got that creaminess to it. It doesn't taste like one of these nut milks or the oat milk or anything like that. It's got quite a thick creaminess to it. And that's what I love about it in a coffee, because it tastes like a real proper coffee, whereas these ones are quite watery tasting, and so you just don't get that same benefit or same feel. Same with this one, with the coffee in the unsweetened version is not great, but in the barista version is good. So this has the same thing. It has the original version, which is this one here, and then it has a barista version, which obviously has less protein, which means it can froth up better. So once again, this is just made on extra virgin olive oil. It's made on water, the tiger nuts, faba bean proteins, because this is actually a high protein milk. This one's really good for kids. It's really good if you're looking for extra protein that you need to add into your diet. This is a really good one to go to, because they've added that faba bean protein to it, which raises the protein content, which means if you're having it with a cereal or a smoothie or some berries and yogurt and whatever else, then you can increase that protein content with this. And then, like I said, the extra virgin olive oil, and then sugar, minerals, and a few vitamins. And that's it. And if you read up on this Madame Tiger Nut milk, read up on the brand, you'll see where the tiger nuts actually come from, the nut that they use, and the sustainable way that they do it, and the ethical way that they source these nuts as well. It's awesome. Really, really love that brand. Now, because my kids love oat milk, but I won't buy the Pure Harvest brand because it's got seed oils, I have to look for alternative ones, right? So then the Macro brand at Coles and Woolies is also an unsweetened oat milk without seed oils, But if you try and buy this macro brand, in an almond milk, it has seed oils. So this in an oat milk has seed oils, same brand. This in an almond milk has seed oils. Like, I don't know why these companies are doing this. You know, why not just use olive oil, almond oil, macadamia oil? I know it's a price thing and it's a cost, you know, it's part of their costs and stuff like that, but this is so toxic to our bodies when we use these. And if you're having that every day in a coffee, then in your smoothie or in your cereal, or then, you know, at morning tea time, you have another cup of tea, and, you know, you're just adding seed oils and toxins in your body on top of each other, and your body becomes very inflamed. It becomes toxic, and you end up, it's like the body forgets how it's meant to thrive or use its abilities when you are so overloaded with those types of toxins in the body. And it can be so detrimental to our health, like the inflammatory responses we get out of this. Some people, you know, if you do one thing at the moment, if you're looking at changing your health and you just look at getting rid of seed oils out of your diet, you're going to notice a difference. Honestly, you will notice a difference. And so try that. If you're just starting off in your health journey and you're like, what do I try first? Ditch the seed oils. And seed oils, again, are vegetable oils. So canola oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, rice bran oil, you know, all those sorts of ones. Those cheap, nasty oils, which are so toxic to us. And there is, in the videos that I've given you, I've done a whole section on seed oils, and I've got videos there to show you how they actually produce this seed oil sludge that we're using and eating and consuming all the time. And it's just, anyway, I could go on and on, but it's disgusting. But in the macro brand, like I said, you can get that in an oat milk and it's fine, because it's literally just filtered water, organic oats, 14%, mineral salt and sea salt. And so I highly recommend looking into this if you're someone who's off dairy, or if you're looking to just try alternative measures and alternative milks, you know, like for your daily consumption. Just try some of these sorts of things. If you're someone who has dairy, please don't buy mainstream cow's milk. Because again, it's like fully processed. Hopefully they don't add a lot of things to it, but the way that they process it and heat it and cause damage to it, there's no goodness to it at all. So many years ago, in the 80s and stuff, they were trying to pump us full of information on cow's milk and how good it was, which it was when it comes straight from the cow, when it's raw milk, you know. Non-pasteurized raw milk is perfect, is great if you can tolerate it. But then they started pasteurizing it, or, you know, processing it. And this processing that they do is taking out all of the nutrients, benefits, goodness. So what you're really drinking, I don't know. Like, let's not go there. But if you're looking at these sorts of cow's milks, please look at Cleopatra bath milk. And please look at, or Cleopatra's milk and then bath milk. I think they're two different brands. Look at those for yourself, or look for something that says non-pasteurized. Look at something that says raw milk, because that's when you know it's real and it's come straight from the cow and it's been bottled. Might have gone through the separator if it's a light milk or whatever, and then it's been bottled. Do some research on that if you have to. But I highly, highly recommend, if you can use cow's milk, if you can consume it, if your family love it, go to a raw milk, go to a Cleopatra bath milk, or Cleopatra's milk, or a bath milk, which are used for non-human consumption. But it's because they don't want us to have it, right? Because they don't want us to have the health benefits of what that can give us. They want to keep us sick. They're trying to keep us, I'm not even going to go there, are trying to keep us just sick enough that we always rely on doctors or health professionals, because, you know, we've got things going on, inflammatory disease, autoimmune conditions. Like, oh my gosh, the amount of gut health issues we get from cow's milk, from the store-bought mainstream stuff, is insane. That's where the inflammatory conditions come from. That's the autoimmune conditions, a lot of it. It's a contributor. It's not the only thing, but it is a contributor alongside the seed milk, the seed oils. Yeah, brain fog, brittle bones because the calcium's basically not there. You know, and when they try to tell us all this information about how good calcium is for the body and blah, 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 yes, it is if it's from raw cow's milk, if it's from the stuff you get straight off the farm and it hasn't been processed, hasn't been touched, hasn't been heated and cooled and heated and all the things that they do, whatever they do to it. It's just straight from the cow. So I hope this was of value to you. Remember to look at the back of the packet or the ingredients list. I know in the past we've always been taught to look at this nutritional value, like how much protein's in there, how much carbs are in there, whatever. And that is a benefit if you're looking at, you know, increasing your protein for hormone reasons or because you've got sleep issues or whatever, and we can go into that in another video. But ingredients list is what we need to look for and be due diligent on that, do our own research on that. It doesn't take you long when you're in the supermarket and you quickly flip it over. If it's got 2 or 3 ingredients, that's perfect. That's what you want to see. As long as there's no seed oils in it, as long as there's no thickeners and fillers, and it's basically, if it's just water, the nut or the product itself, and then maybe some olive oil if it needs it, like these two have, and then the sea salt. Hopefully that's all you need. That should be all you need in these types of milks. Please let me know if this was of value to you. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what milks you have or know of, or if you need help with the ones that you have in your fridge and your cupboard and you're just wanting to get some extra advice on that, let me know, because I can go over a few more things as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.